If you're approaching retirement or already living it, there are a few things you can let go of that can transform your life in ways most people never think about. A lot of advice focuses on saving more, investing more, or planning more. But after years of helping people retire with confidence, I've realized that real freedom in retirement often comes from removing the things that quietly drain your money, your time, and your peace of mind. And the interesting part is, many people don't even notice those drains until they finally step away from work and have the space to rethink what truly matters. Over time, I've noticed that retirees usually fall into two groups. The first group is still trying to answer the big question, do I really have enough? They worry about whether their savings can last, whether they'll be okay in the long run, and whether life without a paycheck will feel stable. If this sounds like you, what I'm about to share will help lower the stress and raise your confidence. The second group is made up of people who know they're ready. They're excited about this chapter. They want to spend time traveling, reconnecting with family, and doing the things they had to postpone for decades. If you're in this group, these ideas will help you make the most of your healthiest years. Let us start with something that impacts nearly every retiree at some point: the house that no longer fits your life. A home can be filled with memories and meaning, but that doesn't mean it still matches your needs today. I worked with a couple who raised their 3 children in a large home they adored. The house had a big yard, a beautiful deck, and plenty of space for holidays and celebrations. But once the kids grew up and moved out, the maintenance became exhausting. Instead of enjoying weekends, they found themselves cleaning, repairing, or managing something around the house. And the heating costs alone in winter were far more than they needed. When they finally decided to downsize, they didn't just save money. They saved time. They saved energy. And they ended up with a home that felt lighter, easier, and more aligned with the life they wanted now, not the one they lived 20 years ago. Another thing retirees often struggle with is helping adult children financially. It comes from a place of love, but many parents end up giving far more than they can comfortably afford. I met a man who kept covering small expenses for his daughter: her insurance, her phone bill, occasional rent, because he felt it was his responsibility. Over time, these small expenses added up to thousands of dollars a year. He didn't even realize how much until he sat down and looked at the numbers during retirement planning. Meanwhile, his daughter had the ability to stand on her own feet. She just hadn't been pushed to do it. When he finally set healthier boundaries, he didn't just protect his own retirement. He helped his daughter become more confident and independent. Sometimes stepping back is the best kind of support. Something else that often becomes a burden in retirement is hobbies that used to make sense but don't fit your lifestyle anymore. I worked with a man who owned a large camper van. It was his dream to travel the country after retiring, but when retirement finally came, he realized he didn't actually enjoy long road trips as much as he thought he would. The van sat unused in his driveway, costing him yearly registration fees, insurance, and occasional maintenance. After much thinking, he sold it and redirected that money into shorter, more enjoyable trips with his wife. They stayed in small cabins, rented cars when needed, and loved the flexibility. He told me later that selling the van felt like lifting a weight off his shoulders. Then there's the issue of multiple vehicles. When both people in a household stop working, those 2 cars that once made sense suddenly become unnecessary. I knew a couple who kept 2 cars simply because they always had them. It wasn't until their mechanic pointed out that one of their cars had barely been driven in the last year that they realized how much money they were wasting on maintenance, insurance, and registration. They decided to try life with 1 car for a few months. At first, they thought it would be inconvenient, but they were surprised by how easy it was. They ended up selling the extra car and put the money toward a vacation fund. What felt like a sacrifice at first turned out to improve their lifestyle. But there's one thing I want to talk about that isn't a car, a house, or anything you can sell online. It's your work identity. For many people, retirement is financially comfortable but emotionally confusing. I once worked with a woman who spent 35 years as a senior manager. She was respected, trusted, and relied on. When she retired, she told me she felt invisible. She didn't miss the work, but she missed the feeling of being needed. What helped her was realizing that retirement wasn't an ending. It was a chance to shift her identity, not lose it. She started mentoring younger employees in her industry, joined a hiking group, and even learned a new language. Over time, she felt more alive than she had during her working years. Her identity didn't disappear. It evolved. And that's something many people don't expect. Before letting go of anything in retirement, whether it's a physical item or an emotional attachment, it helps to ask 3 honest questions. The first is whether it fits the life you want now. Many things were important in your working years, but that doesn't mean they still deserve a place in your retirement. The second question is what it actually costs you. Not just financially, but mentally and emotionally. Sometimes the cost of keeping something is far greater than the cost of letting it go. And the third question is what possibilities might open up if you release it. Sometimes you don't realize how much space something takes until it's gone. One tool that can make these decisions easier is to test them before committing. Spend 60 to 90 days living as if you've already let go of something. Live as if you only had one car, as if the money you would free up was already in your account, as if you no longer had the responsibility of maintaining an object that drains you. Most people who try this end up feeling lighter, freer, and more in control of their retirement. Retirement isn't just about money. It's about the quality of your days. It's about building a life that feels meaningful, peaceful, and enjoyable. And sometimes, making that life starts with letting go of the things that belong to an older version of you. The happiest retirees I've ever met aren't the ones with the most stuff. They're the ones who choose what truly matters and release the rest. If this helped you, give the video a like and check out the next one to make your retirement journey even stronger.
Hello friend, welcome to another video. If you are approaching retirement or are already living in, there are a few things you can let go. You can let go of that can transform your life in ways most people never think about. A lot of advice focuses on saving more, okay, investing more or planning more, but after years or helping people retire with confidence, I will realize that real freedom and retirement often comes from removing the things that quietly drank your money, your time, and your pace of mind. And the interesting part is many people don't even notice those drains until they finally step away from work and have the space to rating what truly matters. Okay? Our time, I will notice that retirees usually fell into two groups. The first group is still trying to answer the big questions. Do I really have enough? Worry about whether their saving can last, whether they will be okay and the long run, and whether life without paycheck I will feel stable. If this sound like you, what I am about to share will head lower than streets and raise your confidence. Okay? The second group is made up of people who now is ready, is excited about this chapter. You want to spend time traveling, recommended with family, and to post it off. Decide if you are in this group. These ideas will help you make the most of your happiness year. Let's start with something that impacts nearly our year. Some point the house that longer fits your life. A home can be filled with man or is and remaining but dead those I may still. So friend, I hope you like this video, and please subscribe my channel and press bell icon for more important topics. Thank you so much.